Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are here at game number 3. We'll be coming at you now. Nullstone Gaming versus Fresh. This is it. Nullstone taking the first game. Great fashion. An hour-long game back and forth. Took it in the end. Fresh, game 2. A lot of back and forth as well, but perhaps a little bit more, being on top overall and definitely earning the victory. Leading us to this point. Again, you win, you move on to the grand finals. You lose, you are done with Han Tour Season 3 officially. As everyone playing for that trip to Thailand on the line here. So with that said, we got game number 3 joined by both Mini and Insania once again. We got the draft currently underway, so let's start with that as always. Swiftblade, Tremble, Dr. Repulsor, and Warbeast being banned. Seems like somewhat similar. I think that's, in fact, the same exact bans of the first game, if I'm not mistaken. And, similar picks now coming out as a result. Kraken into Magnus, now Tempest followed up. But Mint gets Tempest, yeah.
Exactly. I think Mint might go for a similar strategy on what Nullstone tried to do in Game 1. They've got Kraken, they've got Tempest, both decent at AoE and sort of team fighting, so it wouldn't surprise me if they follow the same lines there as well.
There's the Valkyrie pickup from Nullstone Gaming, so once again continue to be a powerful hero, and Mint will get their hands on Midas this time. So Midas clearly getting more and more interest amongst many of teams in the scene. Insania, are you there? Is your lag better by chance?
I'm here. The lag better? I hope so.
Maybe. All right, so well, we'll start with this. We'll see. What do you think of this draft so far?
This is like an old school combo between Kraken and Tempest. A lot of teams used to run this.
It's still pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, man. We'll maybe try it a little bit here. So, but anyways, okay. You just get a front row seat. No big deal. Anyway, so yeah, back with myself and Mini here now. So Rhapsody is the final pick that they decide to go with on the side of Nullstone Gaming. But yeah, how about Midas being picked up by Mint?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hero is really strong though. Like I said, very, very strong in the 1v1 scenario. And the hero is really strong. Like, if you can get him in sort of grouped up in sort of team fighters, and that's what Mint have got here. They've got Tempest and Kraken, both sort of pull people in sort of the into a certain area. And Midas, if you can get his combo off, can do a lot of damage, honestly. So I do like the pickup. Gives them some better pushing potential as well. That was something that was a little bit lacking in Nullstone's Game 1, if you remember. They had great team fight, but they lacked a little bit of push, whereas Midas can provide that, obviously, the heal from the Lion's Pride, but not only that, but clears the creep wave instantly as well. So I do like the pickup here. Rhapsody, Nullstone picked up Valkyrie and Rhapsody, though, which is kind of interesting.
Yep, that they have. That's interesting there indeed. You see the bands Andromeda, Puppet Master, Accursed, and Malakin coming out. You see the Accursed band again. That idea of the Valkyrie Accursed Willow Keeper has just made it a very, very powerful combo that a lot of teams have definitely picked up on that too. And it seems like if the Valkyrie gets picked up, we're going to see the Accursed band eventually. So
most likely. I do like the band though, on the Malakin though, coming out from what you got. Something that Mint used to do all the time actually back when, I think it was like Cycle 6, Cycle 7, when they were quite strong, as known as Dawn. They'd pick up like Ophelia or Tempest that could team fight very early on, like before 20 minutes, and start taking down towers. And Malakin was the carry hero that would always pick alongside it, because it's a hero that is strong in team fights because of the possession. Obviously, it's like a 2-second fear. Not only that, but it's a carry hero that can get involved early and can still scale very well into the late game as well. So very good band out here coming from what you got.
Yeah,
knows his opponents well. Very well rehearsed and researched. Sorry,
yeah, well, it's safe to say, perhaps some rehearsed too. That's what scrimmages are for, of course. So, but yeah, again, both teams had a good amount of time. Mint had even a little bit more time to prepare. Now they didn't know their opponents until, of course, Nullstone finished second place from Group B. So in that sense, it's kind of the same time that they both had. But we talked about that a little bit before the series as well. I even asked that to Serenia when we had him on in the pregame interview. How if he thought that might have hurt or helped them, the fact that they've actually been off now for a couple of weeks here, basically, whereas Nullstone only had the week break as a result of how the group stages worked. And, he felt that, if anything, it gave them a little more time to prep and practice, even not knowing their opponent just yet. They were able to, against Zibe especially, joining them recently. Labyrinth, newer to the team as well. So this is overall, somewhat of a newer team as far as the later part of the season goes. So definitely the more time to practice, the better. So sounded like they liked having that. But, ooh, a Luna pickup coming out. Again, not your everyday hero, but going to be their support option, I would assume. I mean,
Strong
they
in
don't
the
have a
lane phase.
carry yet, to be fair, but
Yeah, Mint will pick up Lost though, and it will probably be a carry that can solo 1v1 though, because I'm assuming they're going to run Kraken and Luna mid. And Luna's very, very strong in dual mid. Also, if Kraken can land those charges, it's like a guaranteed red power throw snipe. So yeah, I think it's a decent pickup here. For Nullstone though, they don't have a jungler, and it's something that they are very comfortable in running, which is junglers. There is Ophelia on the board, but I don't think what you got plays too much Ophelia, honestly. So I'm pretty sure they will pick up a secondary support here. In the last couple of scrims I've been with them, they have been running a lot more secondary supports. But to be fair, they didn't seem very well practiced with the sort of dual support lineup, honestly. Because, I mean, they don't play a lot in tournament games. Like, you always think of them having a jungler. Wolbis is banned out, Tempest already picked up, and Parasite really is the only other option that what you got likes to play. Ophelia is a bit more micro-intensive, and I'm not saying what you got can't play. It's a great play. We saw that from Game 1 and Game 2, but Ophelia just doesn't seem the kind of hero I'm thinking of.
He also likes the unorthodox junglers as well, something
yeah,
like
Legionnaire,
Lord South
or Lord South Forest. Yeah, I guess so. But and actually, I mean, those wouldn't be too bad pickups. I think, Breaky, now thinking about that, because they've got. I mean, Mint's already got a Tempest, so they've got like a passive jungler inside of Mint. Mint can't really pressure Nullstone. So if Nullstone do want to pick up a greedy jungler like Legionnaire or Lord Sapphire, as you said, it wouldn't be too bad, actually. And that's probably what we're going to see, actually, Breaky, on retrospect.
Ooh, they go Flux here. Now, again, you got him and Magnus as far as synergy goes. Really, Valkyrie and Rhapsody. Of course, Rhapsody more the defensive style, but I wonder if that's going to be an insight, too, what this final pick may be. Because, I don't know if it's going to be Lord South Forest anymore.
Yeah, now I'm saying that, actually. Like, when... I don't want to give a lot of strategy away from Nullstone, obviously, but like whenever they picked up this Flux, they run it in the tri-lane, so I think maybe they'll pick up a secondary support here, though, just on retrospect of picking that. Because where's the damage coming from? I don't know if I like this Flux pickup, though, because their only real source of physical presence is this Valkyrie.
Kind of wonder if it's almost a counter pickup, or almost say we don't want them to get it.
Nah, Mint wouldn't. I don't think Mint would pick up Flux though, because then where's their physical presence?
True.
Pick up
there you
Predator,
go.
Though. Nice.
Predator. Is this the first time we've seen Predator? I think it is actually, because I believe he was one of the heroes on that list, and I was kind of surprised by that. Okay, we've seen a one game, and he happened to do pretty damn well. 100% win percentage. Yeah, no, this is a hero with that potential. And you talk about, where's the damage coming from? Well, Predator obviously good in the sense that not only has that magic community, but it will increase his armor as well when he pops that stone hide of his. So
it's a really good pickup here though, because there's a lot of magical damage. So it's got a stronger head inherently because of his stone hide. So I do like the pickup here.
Now, they're not the tankiest team here on the Hellborn Sun. That's where Predator. Oh, well, they just got a little tankier. So never mind. Yeah. Predator is even a little. That's what, I was thinking that though because of the AOE synergy. Makes a little more sense.
I don't think it matters though that Predator is going against heroes that aren't too tanky though, because it's all about that Stonehide. I think that's the reason why they picked it up. 5.25 seconds of magic immunity is a big deal, particularly if you're playing against a Magnus, because that completely nullifies the eruption. Obviously, he's got clutch timings. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Not only that as well. He's going to be against Melee in the suicide lane as well, so it can free up Aluna to go mid if she wants to, and I think they will most likely, because Nullstone are most likely going to run Rhapsody Flux mid. So yeah, I like the finish from both teams. I mean, I think I like the draft here from Mint just a little bit better, honestly, because relying on Valkyrie to be your late game source damage when you're going against a Predator, I just don't think it has the same effectiveness as a Predator in the late game. But we'll see though.
Yeah, Predator, again, we only saw in the one game. I don't even know if we were casting that game, to be honest.
I don't think we were.
I don't think we were.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a game of Predator either here on Honcast. So it's again, been a long time in that sense. Only one time even played throughout this, even on or off of Honcast. So not your everyday carry. And, to make a pick like that where just so much is on the line, that takes some balls, man. But clearly, Serenia and his team, they're comfortable with their Probosc. He gets his hands on it. They're going to go with Predator. Again, it's not that it's a bad pickup. It's just it is different. It's not your everyday carry. And with so much being on the line here, we'll see if it pays off for them in the end or not. But
I mean, it's a little bit redundant though when they're against a Valkyrie, because obviously Predator, you want to just jump on someone and sort of stay on top of them, whereas Valkyrie, she's got the leap, they've got ways to sort of kite him a little bit with the Flux as well. So maybe not the best pick, but like I said, it's the magic community why they picked him up, and I think this game is going to work quite well. So
now, We are on the pause here, so again, I want to bring this up again. I know I touched on it a little bit last time, but we had some crazy action to start it off there.
Yeah.
Anyways, real quickly again, this is the Onslaught, guys. This starts this Tuesday. So, yes, we got a big finish here of what is a Final Four going to be coming at you today and tomorrow. But after this, it's not like, oh, now we have a month break into the World Finals. No, we're coming right back on Tuesday. It's a plan right now. What is called the Onslaught Tournament, a $3,000 prize pool. So, some fair money on the line there. Pretty much an invite tournament, though, that's going to be happening. And it actually has a pretty interesting format to it. It's actually going to be one-game series in the group stages initially that'll then lead into the final bracket of a round of 4, and then eventually, finishing it off right there. But it'll take place over 2 weeks, basically. Starting on Tuesday, it'll be weekday and weekend matches, as you can see on the schedule right here. Again, this information is on the forums, the competitive section. I think it's also going to be on Haunter forums, if it's not already. But all the big-name teams are in it, including Sync Esports, guys. So definitely look forward to checking that out. Again, the Onslaught kicking off on Tuesday. So back to the game, though. Here we go. And what is, well, definitely a more important series, and I'm sure none of these teams, even though they're all in it, are not necessarily focused on that event just yet. They got plenty more to worry about right here. So this Predator pickup, though, I keep looking back at that, man. And yeah, again, I really would be surprised if also part of the thinking, too, is I know, yes, the Stonehide is absolutely the big thing for him, but Carnivorous, it is important to kind of keep that in mind as well with him. And
Definitely.
the current HP of the hero, so, in a sense, the tankier they are, the more damage he'll inherently do. So with that, I wonder if they really were almost expecting a final pick, something like a Legionnaire, which ended up happening anyways. Because, again, they were probably thinking along the same lines that we were, where they usually run that jungler in sometimes unconventional, and the Legionnaire was one of those options, so they happen to pick up to it.
Yep.
And now Nelson, on the other hand, they were like, sure, we'd be picking up into Predator, but we still want it because of the synergy. So,
Yeah, still useful. Like I said, they're very, very good against Flux and Legionnaire because he's going to jump on them, and there's not too many ways that they can really deal with the Predator once he's already leapt onto Flux and Legionnaire. So yeah, decent pickup though. Aluna is bottom though, which is a little bit surprising, I guess. But then it's a little bit surprising that Rhapsody's top as well, because I think they could both easily draw mid here. But I guess they're deciding to try and secure farm on both their short laners, I guess. Yeah. I think actually Midas would beat Valkyrie, so I think I can understand Rhapsody being up top. And then I guess I can understand Aluna being bot as well, because if Magnus gets boxed out by Aluna, like Magnus is going to do absolutely nothing. He's going to have no impact in this game. So
Yeah.
I guess both make sense. So
Yeah, Magnus can actually contest pretty well with the Predator 1v1, no doubt. But
Yeah.
with the Luna in here, that definitely changes the story. And you already see off the bat, Oscar's like, I'm going to hide in the trees. Oh, no more trees as the power throw comes out. So he's going to take some pretty good damage right here, in fact, and he may have to use his health potion right off the bat. So there's that Aluna pressure kicking in. Meanwhile, at the top lane, you do see they're attempting to do the same to Midas. Now, Midas a little bit tankier, perhaps. That's the 4 minor totems here. And, yeah, that's also worth noting, too. Magnus, how about that? He chose to go boots first, actually. So no mitigation, but at least he is able to kite a little better.
I think he just wants to not die pretty much in this matchup. Like if he doesn't have boots, there's a possibility that he can die because the lava surge at level 1, obviously the range is very, very short, so just wants the extra thing. It's quite interesting actually. Mint, just in terms of their warding as well, they don't actually have a rune ward here because they want to just spot out Magnus, which actually in this case I really do like because if they know exactly where Magnus is, then this Aluna can just box him out of experience range completely, and he's going to have a very, very tough time in just getting anything in this lane, honestly. So I like it, yeah, makes sense.
Magnus stuns through Luna right there again, knowing that he needs to do something to get away as he was in a pretty bad position at that time. So junglers, as usual with the jungle versus jungle, going to be a big factor here.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, just before I cut you off, though, like if he does have a lane ward bottom, he has to secure the runes as well, because otherwise mid's going to have a better time. But he is securing the runes, so yeah, really nice play there from Sereni. I did like his warding and his rotations already. So.
Yeah. Invis picked up by Tempest. A little unfortunate because obviously probably not going to look to set up a gank, so pretty much will use it right away. But hey, at least protects it from somebody else getting it. Yeah.
Kraken could potentially die perhaps if Magnus gets that, for example. So, yeah, nice.
Taking a look at the creep farm, just over 2 minutes into the game now. You got the middle lane matchup. Sure enough, that Kraken versus the Flux. Flux is having a much better time here. How about that? Fuzzy Sloth, 12-6 against an 8-0 Kraken. So I know it's still early on in the game, but Flux is most certainly having a great time, and he technically has that range advantage. In fact, putting some good pressure right here on the Kraken. Going to force him to charge very defensively right there in the end, too, and he also gets his bottle here.
Look at Valkyrie's farm though. That is very, very low. Only 180,
Wow,
and he's being
yeah.
supported by Rhapsody. Like, I thought Valkyrie would have a hard time against Midas, so I can understand why Rhapsody has rotated up here, but. For him to have Rhapsody sort of sitting him in the lane is just kind of surprising. And this is the difference of play styles between Resha and Serenia. Serenia has been focused on boxing at Magnus completely in this game, whereas Resha has been sort of busy pulling the lane. He's level 3 compared to Serenia's level 1, but I mean, you look at the difference between Proboss Farm and Beaver Bangers, and you can see the difference is completely different. So, to be honest, I think I prefer Serenia's way of playing though, because it secures your carry complete free from, which is the reason why you're up there in the first place. And not only that, it shuts down the enemy suicide. But Oscar's level 1, whereas you've given the suicide level 3 on the side of Nullstone. So, interesting, though, to see the difference of playstyle.
Most certainly is, yeah. The creep farm definitely, again, the impactful things. You kind of wonder if Beaver Banger just simply has missed a couple last hits for whatever reason here and there. But no, it's starting to get a little bit better. We saw close calls in a couple of cases. Magnus actually got very low. He used a health potion, got very little life out of it, but I'm pretty sure that was the idea, that he knew that he was in some trouble if a power throw came out. So he just got enough to stay alive, and ultimately was able to get away from a Luna right there.
I mean, the biggest reason why the discrepancy between Beaver Banger and Proboss is so big, though, is because of the difference in support. So Serenia is just trying to give a complete free farm to Proboss, which he has done. So, I mean, if Proboss has got no one else to worry about in the lane, he's not going to miss last hits. Whereas Beaver Banger is, he's kind of contesting 1v1 against Midas, because Resh has just been busy stacking and pulling. I mean, he's level 3, which is good enough compared to Luna level 1, but like I said before, his carry is having a little bit of a harder time because of that.
Legionnaire, what you got is doing his jungle thing. Again, this guy knows how to jungle, man. 325 gold per minute. He's got a nice stack right here, and he's going to go into it with the charge. He has the level 3 charge as well as a level 3 spin, and just look at how quickly he's getting some good spin procs. That's going to go down quickly right there. So, yeah, his GPM really even jumping up after that especially. He's already got the life tube. He's got the double shield, by the way, the double buckler. Classic strategy right there. And,
I mean,
Home of the Black Legion on his way.
Yeah, I mean, talking of Legionnaire builds, sometimes we see from Slaps, he goes the bottle into Ghost March into Portal Key, or even sometimes the Striders, for example. And the thing about Legionnaire with Helmblack Legion, normally you don't want to get it because, you get a very late Portal Key. But if you're getting stacks from, your own support, and you're playing this very sort of greedy skill build as well as maxing out the charge and the spin, he's going to have a very early Helmblack Legion, but also a very early Portal Key. So it makes sense, I guess, if he's going to have this good of a farm. I think I can understand it. I think maxing Welling Blade is a little bit questionable because he's not going to have any kind of gank presence, but I can understand if he just wants to go farm-orientated, which he has been. So.
Yeah. Oh, discharge pulling right here. They're going for the kill on a Kraken. Midas comes in. Is he there in time? Relays the Kraken. He absolutely is. Magnus goes down. He's only level 1. So he fell very quickly right there as a result. I mean, in fact, he's already back up. A beautiful timing from Zibe. And I don't know if I think he was there initially. Just happened to expect that.
He was.
Gets the turn.
And this just honestly goes back to the short line, as I said, Breaky. Like, Serenia has just completely boxed out Oscar in the off lane because of what he's been prioritizing. So it was a good kill from Zibe, but then you've got to almost contribute some of the success from Aluna. And now, look at her. Now she's pulling the lane because, oh man, I can't stress this enough. But Serenia's played this so well because he secured the short lane so much that Magnus can't simply, be in the short lane. And now he's left the short lane, he can get his levels back from pulling the lane. And because, look, Rhapsody or Resha started pulling from level 1, and now they're the same level, yet his offlaner is level 1 compared to level 5 Zivio on the Midas. So just from this early game, the support's just a complete stark difference, and Serenia, to me, is personally winning the battle. So
yeah.
Really, really well played there from Serenia. Knows exactly what to prioritize, and he's done it very, very well.
I want to stress here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't give him more credit, honestly, because he's played very well.
Yeah. I want to stress here, it is 3 p.m. Eastern, which is the default time for the next semifinal matchup. Now, obviously, we are still in our Game 3 now of the first one of Mint versus Nullstone Gaming. So, yes, that one will be delayed, and it won't start until we are ready to go here of Reason Gaming versus Willowkeeper. So it's not like we're missing anything.
Flux.
But back to this game. Flux in the middle lane. He's in trouble. Tempest ultimate comes out. Rhapsody's there. Gets the sun off, but it wasn't nearly in time. Probably wouldn't have mattered even if she was there from the beginning. As Flux falls, Rhapsody, can she escape is now the question. It looks like she's in a pretty good spot to do so, and yes, she will be fine. But another good kill coming out for Mint, and they do start off 2-0 right here. But look at Legionnaire, man. 420 gold per minute all of a sudden. Hell of the Black Legion. Here comes the middle tower push right here, though. We'll see if they can do anything about stopping this.
He has no taunt, and he has no ulti. which is something I mentioned about his skill build. It's very, very greedy, and it's good and all that he's got a lot of GPM. That's cool and all, but at the end of the day, like, he doesn't have an impact in the game as of yet. Anyway, when he picks up the portal key, then that will change. But when he gets portal key as well, he's going to have kind of a poor skill build. He's probably going to have like level 1 or level 2 taunt, which is not going to be very useful in terms of setting up ganks. So yeah, a little bit questionable, but it's working out so far anyway, I guess.
Does Predator go Alchemist Bones here? We're going to find out very shortly. What do you think, though?
Yes, I think so, because he hasn't been... Actually, no, I'm going to say no, because I think Mint are going to be starting to sort of set up and start team fighting, and Alchemist Bones is not going to help with that.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to rush Insanitarius out of Parasite, and Magnus.
Oh, Magnus, that's dead. Yeah, Paratho's going to finish him off right here, unless he somehow jukes. And he does juke it! Are you kidding me?
He's still dead, though.
Oh, he's still dead, though. But hey, it looks pretty. In fact, it almost helps because it gives the kill to Probust. So really,
yeah.
maybe a little bit of a positive there at the end. But I can't believe he actually was able to avoid it, but still.
But now going back to Predator, I think because Mint are looking to maybe try and get aggressive and start taking team fights, like very early on, try and take all towers, then I think Alchemist Bones is a little bit too greedy or a little bit more farm-oriented. Whereas he wants to sort of take team fights, and that's where in Sanitarius and El Parasite will be a lot more useful. So
yeah.
That's my opinion, anyway.
So we are going to find out again the impact of Predator now. 2,500 go. Ooh, Thunderclaw. Can't say I saw that coming. I mean, you figure if he wants the attack speed for the melee farmer, maybe the Alchemist Bones makes the most sense. But yeah, he's going the Thunderclaw route, actually, which is a pretty popular agility farming, or not agility farming, but just a carry farming item nowadays. He gets some tower push as well on top of that.
Yeah.
So.
I guess it's a little bit of both. Good for farming, somewhat decent for team fighting, I guess, as well, because the proc from Thunderclaw is okay, I guess. And I think the biggest thing, it allows them to farm stacks and push out waves very quickly, which is sometimes a bit of a disadvantage or a problem with Predator. So
Yeah.
Can understand it.
Bottom lane, here comes a massive push, continuing. Tempest, Predator, and Illuna. Again, he has that Thunderclaw, so able to push out the creep waves that much quicker as a result of that. Top lane, it looks like they're trying to counter push, but that's only the first tower, and they're not even there yet. I mean, they're going to lose a secondary tower. 10 minutes really close enough into this game. Maybe not, actually.
Like you see, although what you got has far superior GPM, like you see the difference between the impact that Tempest is having compared to Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Legionnaire doesn't have portal key, and as a result, Tempest is pushing the tier 2 tower because he's got items that allow him to be involved straight away early on. So
absolutely, yeah, the GPM, it's sexy, it looks good on paper, but what is that really doing for them right now?
If he has a portal key, he probably can defend the tier 2 tower with his help from his teammates, but unfortunately, he doesn't.
I will say, when he gets the portal key here and hits level 11, I mean, there's a big threat all of a sudden. But they have lost a lot of leeway as a result of his style here. And did I just see that correctly? I'm pretty sure Beaverbanger just bought a light brand, yeah. Yeah. What? Well, I mean, obviously, whenever you build into sort of the Dawn Ring, obviously, your two best sort of build-ups is the fire brand and the light brand. And I guess he wants just mana. Like, I think he's actually too lazy to pick up a mana potion, so he just picks up a light brand because he's got like half mana at the moment. I kid you not, that is his reasoning. It's like I could just go fire brand plus a mana potion, but it's like nah, I'm just gonna go light brand instead because it gives you a bit of mana regeneration. But no, I mean, you want to go the what's the two called? What's that? When Firebrand and Lightbrand go together? What's it called? Searing Light. Yeah. The Searing Light is obviously the best build-up towards the Dawnbringer, so it makes the best sense in terms of farming. It's just a little bit strange that he's gone Lightbrand first, but I guess it's just the mana regeneration. Like I said, I think that's the reasoning why, honestly. He sees Slapped in chat. He's not a fan of this build here on what you got, I guess. He has a signature Slapped build, as it's been referred to lately, with the Ghost Martyrs bottle. He hates the Max Whirling Blade as well. Like, he thinks Max in Charge is good and all, but he wants to have like 20. And I can agree with him. Like, although he's got insane GPM, like, what is he really accomplished with it? Honestly. Well, we're gonna find out here shortly. Now he has the portal key, so he needs to make use of this portal key. There's no question. I mean, if he just continues to static farm with it, then it's like, yeah, this is almost a bust here, even as high as that GPM is. But the problem is, though, is that because he's maxed out the W and E, he only has 1 point in taunt once he's got the portal key, which is a little bit of a detriment, honestly. Like, when you pick up portal key, you want to have the max taunt because then you have double the duration. So, yeah, maybe a little bit of a backfiring here because of the skill build from Legionnaire. But he's got it now, though, and I think that might be able to defend the tier 1 mid. Yeah, another middle push coming out right here. Magnus bottom lane. He's solo against the Predator now. He's going to get away, it looks like. This middle tower, though, it's probably going to fall. No, maybe not. Flux going in there. It's a Tom from Legionnaire Luna right off the bat. Decapitate. He's not going to use it. He doesn't want to waste it right here. And for good reason. That was an instant kill no matter what. So they at least get the 1 kill onto Luna. And they will deny the tower. So definitely a little bit of a victory there. And they're actually chasing further as Flux. He's looking for more of an opportunity. I mean, Legionnaire could definitely go once again. He still has to decapitate. But no, he's back into the jungle, actually, going to continue to farm as he's focused on that for the time being. So, again, Predator is farming the bottom lane while this is happening here, so.
Well, he has the highest GPM, and I guess what they've really traded it for is his greedy playstyle for 2 towers bottom, and obviously 1 mid, but that was going to go down anyway, kind of thing. He needs to get level 14, though, as quick as possible if he can. Flux mid lane, though, might be in trouble.
Is he? He is going to be gone on right here. Release the Kraken, charges him over it, but still should be enough as, yep, down falls Flux. He saw Legionnaire running over. He wanted to maybe try to save the day, but that positioning wasn't going to happen and didn't want to risk anything too much right there. So falls back and is going to continue to farm. But, yeah, Flux going down, it means I don't know if he's going portal key, to be honest, but he is saving up a lot of gold, almost acting like he's going to be going for that at this point, so we'll see what he does go for. By the way, though, yeah, we're talking about Legionnaire, we're talking about Predator, but look at Valkyrie. I mean, she has 400 gold per minute right here.
Bounced back very well. Like, she had a very poor start, if you remember, but she's really bounced back quite well, so really nice. Legionnaire wants to get level 14 very quickly, though. Otherwise, this skill build is a little bit strange, because obviously only level 2 taunt when he's got portal key. So. Yeah. But he's farming really, really well, though. So although we've criticised him quite a bit, it's working out, I guess, so far. They have given a lot away, but if Mint go back to sort of playing a little bit greedy, happy to keep on farming, then I guess the build isn't so bad, maybe.
Well, we're going to figure out how strong Predator is going to be, that's for sure. As far as he's just continuing to just get the free farm here. Going to have an Insanitarius next to line, of course. Now, I was going to say not the greatest at cleaning up triple stack Aegis. Now, the Thunderclaw helping a little bit, but unfortunately it's a triple Dragon Master stack, so mitigating some good damage right there from that. But he has seen Sanitarius finish, that's the point. And it is going to ultimately finish off the Ancients, of course. I think I just saw a portal key purchase on Midas, just a matter of being delivered now. So they will have that to work with, as well as, or Kraken Goddess, not Midas, excuse me, Kraken Goddess. Midas is still working on his. As, yeah, he's not farming the best. In fact, Midas choosing to go Striders. Middle lane in the meantime, Kraken, he's in trouble. Decapitate, there we go. No more head for Kraken. He goes down Midas. Oh, very risky. They will get the transfer on a Legionnaire. The Tempest ultimate good exposure right there despite. But the protected Melody will save that day. Legionnaire, he's going to stay alive. And he has a taunt coming up. Will they look to turn this right here? What a pull from Flux as well. And there's the taunt back in, but I don't know about that, actually. Stuff from Magnus. Maybe that's going to work out with this. Predator goes down. Magnus on Roshan calls off. He will fall, though, after the fact, as now Valkyrie leaps in, however. She's going to pick up some kills. Down goes Legionnaire, but they will turn it around completely. Apparently, there might have been a little bit of server lag there, but the point is it does ultimately work out in their favor when it's all said and done.
Man, that play between Oscar and Resha, man, that was insane. He pulls him so he gets the Protected Melody off and just rapidly pushes the Protected Melody as well. That is such great team synergy there. And was the reason he survived, and then the reason why he could reinitiate as well. So just great play between Resha and Oscar there. Sorry, Resha and Fuzslav, not Oscar. Apologies. Yeah. It was the Flux, obviously, who pulled him in. So really nice play, though.
I thought there was a towel for a second, but yeah, wait a second. Flux, he's able to do that. So.
No, yeah, I just forgot who was playing. But yeah, really nice play between them two, though. Because without that, I don't think they win the team fight as well. Because Legionnaire dies instantly, isn't able to get the second initiation off, and just man, that's a really clutch play. So.
Yeah. Sanitarius on Fuzzy Slot, so to answer that question, he chooses to go more of the hard-hitting route. That the potential is there. Yeah, especially with their makeup, it does seem like they're going to need somebody to help dish out some good damage here, especially later on in the game, and that's where Flux can kind of come in.
Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense. It's funny, though, like how a lot of these builds that we are starting to see now is Tree literally was the first trendsetters who made all this. Like, obviously, the Cracky, Flux, obviously, the pulling of the jungle. Like, Tree seems to make like all these sort of trend sets, man. It's quite funny how it's caught on quite
They
well.
were not afraid to be different early on in the season, especially, and hey, it was working out for them for a lot of the early on in the season now. Again, tapered off a little bit in the later parts, and again, they were the number 2 seed coming into Group A fresh. They actually did defeat them, remember, and that's why they're here in this matchup. But we will be seeing Willowkeeper later on today. Again, speaking of that, against Reason Gaming, they're going to be happening right after this series here, so definitely stay tuned for that. Yeah, it looks like we are occasionally getting some server jitters here, so just kind of unfortunate, but hopefully nothing too impactful. I mean, they may pause it here in the near future and we can maybe look into it, but we'll see. Again, for now, going to keep it going. And as they push middle a little bit, but they're going to fall back. Not much pressure coming out.
Yeah, Legionnaires picks up Bulwark here, and if you remember, I think it was Game 2 or Game 3 of the playoffs with Nullstone versus Ogre, obviously the reason why they're in this situation already. Legionnaire picked up the Staff of the Master and had barely zero impact, or barely any impact, sorry, in the game, so I can understand why he's probably most likely going to skip the Staff of the Master. There's very, very few heroes that he can kind of burst down as well. So the Staff of the Master just wouldn't be that impactful. So, yeah the more Legionnaire games, the more I realise actually Slaps makes a lot of sense with why he never ever goes Staff of the Master, honestly. So, makes sense to follow the people who play a lot of the same heroes, like Slapped with Legionnaire. So, yeah, makes sense.
Ooh, middle lane. Flux is currently here by himself, and actually they're moving towards him. You got Kraken and Predator in the vicinity, as if they want to go for a jump, but I think Flux is going to be a little bit too safe right here, and will ultimately be fine. Again, Legionnaire just continues to be on top of GPM, actually, slightly ahead of Predator even. Valkyrie also up there, so, you know, big picture, it does seem like Nullstone Gaming in the better spot. Bottom lane, Midas, he's being a little sneaky.
Oh, man, Magnus
May
is
try
low
for
HP,
a kill.
man.
Yeah, he's going to go for the kill right here. Transmute the auto attacks, needs one more, and he gets the kill. Now, can he get out is the question. I don't know. Legionnaire coming in. There's a taunt to decapitate the quick kill on him. So he thought he was fine at least for a little bit, but he was not.
The
It ends
bait
up being
was
a
real.
1-for-1. Yeah, bait indeed.
Yeah, good pick off, and I think that probably was in favour of Nullstone. Although Magnus was closing on his portal key like Midas, level 11. I mean, Magnus was having a horrible game, and you know, you just sort of accept that right now. Like, if he gets portal key, that's kind of all he needs to do. He was shut down so hard in the early game because of Serenia playing very, very well, as I said before. So, as long as he gets portal key, he can just be eruptions and stuns this whole game, and should just have a big impact. It's the Legionnaire that's doing a lot of work in his games. I'm wondering what he's going to pick up next, honestly. He could pick up Barb if he wants to. I've seen Legionnaires go sort of the Insanitarius. I talked about the Staff of the Master. I don't think he should go that because it just doesn't seem too impactful, although how flashy it does seem. I think Insanitarius or Barb would be useful. Perhaps... No, Struggle wouldn't be that good this game, to be fair. He's got to get Tempest, Predator, and Kraken that do like the same whether he's got Struggle or not. So I think Insanitarius or Barb would be useful here.
Yeah, the other Parasite on Predator right here, again, this is one of the few heroes where it really makes a lot of sense, mainly because he has the Stonehide to take care of the Shrunken Head idea. Now, you could argue, you know, still going to Shrunken Head on him isn't the worst thing ever, but the other Parasite, of course, yes, it has the activation modifier, but little less likely to be going to Shrunken Head because of that Stonehide going back to it, so
Yep.
it's that more attack speed.
It's like the one drawback, honestly, of Outer Parasite is that you can't really go Shrunken Head. So if you take that sort of drawback away because you've got a Shrunken Head inbuilt in the hero, then yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer to pick up Outer Parasite, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, more attack speed for him, of course, the more his Carnivorous is really working and doing some good damage, healing himself on top, and that's the big thing, too. So against the likes of this Legionnaire especially, who is bulking up a little bit, 1,700 plus life currently, that will be pretty good against likes of him. And, you know, eventually something like a Brutalizer I wouldn't be surprised to see, as that synergizes very well, of course, with the attack speed that he currently does have. So, Icebrand onto Fuzzy Sloth here, playing the Flux, so continuing that route to a little more damage output. Dawnbringer has been finished on Valkyrie.
Very early Dawnbringer, actually. Like, it's 450 GPM. Normally we see it like 30 minutes, sometimes even sort of late 40s, so cool to sort of see it very early. He still needs to become a right-click threat, though, because I talked about, obviously, he just isn't going to be doing the same amount of damage compared to Predator. Actually, talking of Valkyrie...
Yeah, Valkyrie is going to get picked here, most likely. Nice stun from Aluna to follow up for the kill. If she wasn't there, I don't know if that would have been one, so... Good timing from Serenia.
Cast this curse, man.
Yep.
Cast this curse.
Just talking good about him, so... Apologies to Beaverbanger right there. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting stat from Quincy, actually. Both in Game 2 and 3, both the carry players for Boss and Beaverbanger are playing basically new heroes, or the heroes that they just have not played like often, if at all, in this season. So that kind of goes back to the idea that both teams, even to an extent, are really reaching out there as far as strategy goes here. And, oh, middle lane, Predator. He fell back just in time. Legionnaire was maybe a second away from portal keying in with that barbed armor of his he got now, by the way.
He's level 16 as well.
As he's level 16. What is that? So it makes it 650, I think? Or, yeah, 600.
Yeah,
if they're 600 or less, insta-kill.
So insane.
That's
Look at, oh my god.
Powerful tool.
He's like the highest level and was closing, or was for the most part of the game, like the highest GPM as well. Like, although we criticise his build, I think it is kind of working out now.
Yeah.
they're doing fine. I think they have good late game as well. The one thing that's really going to, I think, backfire in the late game is the Tempest X Factor. Like, unfortunately, they got no one that can really stop it because Legionnaire taunt can stop it, but the Tempest hole is too big of a radius to actually get the taunt radius off of the Tempest. So, and when he gets up resto in the late game, like Nullstone, they don't have any answers to. So
bottom lane, they want to jump right here. Will it be enough damage? Minus instead of react though. Bark Armor goes out. Decapitate maybe. Decapitate. No, the Tempest ultimate. Rhapsody's here. Can't stop protecting, but oh, it's going to be stopped immediately by Kraken. What a stop from Kraken. The pushback from Flux, but down goes Legionnaire. Down goes Flux. Down goes Rhapsody. Both sides making big plays right there. But when it's all said and done, clean up for Mint. That Kraken charge. If it wasn't for that, that could have still been a turn in favor of Nullstone, but the Protective Melody got canceled immediately by Labyrinth right there.
Really well played. Like, charged him into the Tempest ultimate as well, so it just even gets that effectiveness. So really well played. But yeah, it's the Tempest X Factor. They have nothing to stop it, and he had a portal key that must have taken Nullstone by surprise. And just did so much work, honestly. Like, they've got nothing to stop it, and I think that could be the Achilles heel of Nullstone in this draft, unfortunately.
4,000 gold lead plus 3,000 experience lead in favor of Mint right now. And here comes the push towards the middle lane right now. So that secondary tower, it's very likely going to fall right here. I mean, Legionnaire and Flux, to both shorter resurrections are coming out. They are porting in, though. Maybe it's not going to be as easy as I expected it to be. Magnus, yeah, he knew something was up. He portal keys right before he gets jumping. Actually, that's going to be the cue for Mint to fall back. They don't want to risk pushing into this too much, so... yeah, probably a good decision. Flux's discharge is also coming up here. Magnus ready for a good eruption, I'm sure. So making the safe play, falling back, not want to throw everything away that they just got in the previous fight. So Serenia, by the way, speaking of him and the big plays he's been making, he's been able to farm up a Steam Boots and a tablet here. Also with that Ion Stone once again, as he currently has a double damage saved up on it. So going to be able to make use of that. Soul's Bulwark now followed up on Predator, by the way. So probably a full demonic breastplate coming up here shorter for him.
Just good, gives him more damage. Like, and you saw in the last engagement as well. Like, he's not dropping because of that stone skin, or stone hide. Sorry. Like, not only does he give magic immunity, but obviously gives him the armor as well. So it's almost like somewhat of a semi-invulnerability. Oh my God, Nullstone are doing a very risky play, trying to take Congo down, but Mint do have vision of him, so they're gonna back off.
Conger goes down, or nope, doesn't go down. He goes down as far as running out of the thing. Anyways, so yeah, they're going to stick nearby, though. All 5 of them are pretty much clumped up here. Like for them, there's no vision on top of them necessarily, so not going to be seen here. As they're going to fall back into the lane, and that'll be the end of that. So yeah, Conger attempt pretty much stalled by Mint. And Mint will continue to now farm themselves elsewhere. So getting the bigger and better items on their specific heroes. Obviously on the side of the Legion team, you got Predator. Valkyrie does use a Valkyrie Prism here. But again, you see on the mini-map, it just happens to be the Legion team was already retreating, feeling like something's up. And correct to feel that way, because not going to give them any options. The Valkyrie will just instead look to farm the bottom lane and the bottom tower, which is still up here at 26 minutes in. So easy tower kill onto that. It has the Dawnbringer, of course, the Valkyrie. Where's she going to go from here? 3,100 gold now. Going to figure out soon with that. Maybe Shrunken Head herself wouldn't be out of the question.
No, I don't think Shrunken Head would be that good. He's playing against Tempest, Kraken, and Predator. He's actually going to look to go at a very early Wingbow, actually, which makes sense. He's still quite squishy, though, just from the burst from Kraken and Midas if he gets caught out. Flux, on the other hand, though.
He gets caught out right here. The pushback, but Midas didn't feel he actually ported in, but they know support's coming. They're going to fall back. Beautiful retreat from Mint. I mean, a lot of teams may have got tunnel vision right there, wanting that kill. And that probably would have been for the worst. The arrow just misses.
Oh my God, that was just before
it hit the tail, man.
Oh my God.
I don't know if he really would have followed it, to be honest, but still, it's just out of range. But yeah, the point being,
5-second arrow. I think they could have perhaps.
Yeah, they could have tried something.
But yeah, the dancing blade on Valkyrie. He needs damage, obviously, and I guess Wimbow's going to give him a bit of damage. It's useful against Predator, particularly useful against Predator, actually, because obviously he hasn't got Savage Mace, and he's going to be doing a lot of the damage as well. It's like a weird, though, like with Valkyrie, like she's almost too squishy She's only got 1.4k HP, but then she needs damage as well. So it's kind of like she's caught between the rock and a hard place. And like she doesn't want to go shrunken because there's a lot of ways to deal with her, even if she has shrunken. But then if she doesn't get shrunken, then Midas will do a lot of damage. So it's just hard decision, honestly, for BB Bang here. So he's making his way towards Bingo, but I mean, regardless of what he buys, they have ways to deal with it. So I guess that's just good drafting here from Serenia than anything else.
Yep, making sure that we're aware of that. You see the wing bow, it is just around the corner now for Valkyrie, but let's see how that works out for her. Again, this is it, guys. Game number 3. The winner goes to the Grand Finals, which will take place tomorrow. A best out of 5 straight-up Grand Finals. The loser is done. The season has come to a conclusion, and we'll be saying sayonara to them. So knowing that that is on the line, obviously tensions must be high here on either side. Vildarok gank attempt coming out here from Nullstone. Going to get spotted by the replicates here. Or I guess those don't expose it, so the heroes themselves need to. It's kind of interesting, actually. I thought that things like that would have, but I guess the
it's only heroes, even heroes illusions.
Oh, pulled in with the discharge. No, the top wasn't in time. What you got, just not quick enough. And Midas gets away very close on both sides. To react right there. So good getaway in the end, though. And that's now a discharge down. Again, not the longest cooldown, but in fact, he still has only level 2 of it. At level 3, it's only a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah. I mean, another thing actually that I see the Thai teams do all the time is that they use it just for scouting. Like they do play Flux, they use it just for scouting purposes.
Oh,
like where are they? They just use it instantly. I guess our teams do it as well.
Yeah.
But, man, watching some of the Thai teams is really cool. Like you see a lot of different things. Like not only the playstyles, but the heroes as well. Like see a lot of like you said, Bushwhack and stuff, and Suicide Behemoth, and they love Dark Lady as well, actually.
Yeah. From the events we've seen them in the past, yeah, it always is intriguing to kind of see what strategies they bring to the table and hero picks and whatnot. So, Midas, he might be in a little bit of trouble right here. Or, excuse me, Rhapsody's going to be the one in trouble. Midas jumps in, and yes, she is in trouble. The dust comes out, will end up falling, so good pickoff right there. Onto Rhapsody, don't have to worry about her now. They're going to steal it's only a single set of Ancients, though. But look at that demonic breastplate on Probusk here. He is hitting really hard now. And really quickly more so.
And that's the thing, though. Like you see Predator's items, right? Like they're all kind of low cost, but they do so much work with him. Like he has kind of low damage, like sort of lower than Valkyrie, but because of the Inner Sanitarius and the Elder Parasite and the Carnivorous, like all of his skills and all of his damage comes from his skills. Sorry. Well, actually, Flux might be in trouble.
That is a real Flux right here. Transmute does hit him. Actually, Magnus comes back in, double damage. Legionnaire down goes Midas, but the attempt's ultimate going to be stopped immediately though as he gets pushed out of the way. Legionnaire though, he had a parked armor. He couldn't get to the whole time. He was locked down the whole time. Guess who wasn't there? Valkyrie. She was actually pushing the top lane while it was happening, and she does get the tower kill as she ports out and gets the wing bow. So, a couple of kills for either side, but I think the numbers definitely say, yeah, Mint coming out on top there of that exchange.
Yep.
So, got to be careful not to give too many of those exchanges away.
Yeah. But like, I was just going to say with Predator, like, because he's got all these sort of, his skill set and these low-cost items, like, even though he's got low damage himself, the heroes take so much damage just with like the Insanitarius and the Elder Parasite, whereas like Valkyrie, she kind of needs to be sort of six slotted to really do a lot of right click damage. Like she's got Wingbow and Dawnbringer, she's only hitting kind of like a 200, and just not enough really. Like and you'll see in team fights Predator just doing so much more damage. Like I mean, look at the damage chart, Reiki. She's doing 3% damage compared to a 40% Predator. Like just the difference in team fights is remarkable. You can see the difference. Like this is your one position Valkyrie, and she's 3% in terms of damage done. Like, and I think it's hurting them a little bit. It really is, I think.
Yeah, seeing their carry player with 3% damage down at 31.5 minutes in. Yeah, that's definitely not the best sign for Nullstone Gaming, but they're going to try Conga right here, but you see she leaps out right away. Any sign of danger, doesn't want to risk it. For good reason, you got Mint nearby. They have great jump potential themselves, as they've shown throughout. And they're going to use that threat to their advantage. Now they go back against the Nullstone, taking advantage of the Hellborn factor. As they
Tempest almost down. Really good idea.
Is it? Oh, yeah, no, it is. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, arrow. Oh, my God. Again, these arrows. They're stopping before they connect, kind of thing.
There's the Prism. Are they going to dust randomly, thinking that they're nearby? They put a
Red Ward. Yeah, that's pretty clutch.
So just in case they really want to finish the Conga, though, you see the red power throw. It scouts it. So close, man. I mean, I guarantee it's kind of panic right now. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? Kraken goes in, though. He knows what to do. Valkyrie! Valkyrie's going to drop off the bat. That's a big start. No buyback for her. This is going to be a Kongor kill. You know, Kraken, we see it all the time. Missing charges. Magnus. He's going for it. No, he put the ward aside, but it was too late. He stuns away just to survive. So they get the token. Predator picks it up. Kraken hit the charge there, though, and it was perfect.
Yeah, clutch, man. And this is what I was saying about Valkyrie, though. Like, she's kind of too squishy. Like, she doesn't do a lot of damage. She's too squishy as well because she can get picked up from that. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of this carry Valkyrie because it just, for reasons like this, though, 3% damage done and dies to initiations like that. So she doesn't have a buyback either breaker. This could be really big, actually. They've got token of Predator. I think they're taking racks right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is easily going to be tower kill. It's just where do they go from there is definitely the question. AoE synergy is ready to go, I will say that, for the Hellborn team. You got Magnus, you got Flux, you got Legionnaire. Valkyrie's up at 15. Maybe not a tower kill. They didn't go as aggressive as I thought. Yeah. It was just really Predator. And, you know, again, I mean, that is kind of a downside, too, with Predator. He's not the best tower pusher because a lot of his damage comes from hitting against heroes.
Yeah.
The Carnivorous. So, now they do get the tower kill, though, in the end, but yeah, not even close to getting the interaction. In fact, Flux, he's looking for an opportunity. Discharge comes out. Propuski leaps in. He's going aggressive. Stonehide is popped. It's going to be wearing off here, though, shortly. Legionnaire goes back in the background. He pops up barbed armor. The taunt's going off on top of that by now. He's in a little bit of trouble. They go on to him. In comes Magnus with the eruption, though. Tempest's going to fall. Predator's dropping. He leaps in. Wants to go Legionnaire. He will. But it comes at a cost. The token of life is going to be used. Midas comes back in the background. Flux. He's going to take some damage. He is currently transmuted, now trying to run away. As they look at Valkyrie, though. Those auto attacks protect him. Melody. She goes down, but Valkyrie is finally doing some good right-click damage, but it's not going to be enough. And she has to get the hell on out of there. Magnus, he's alive. He did bite back, it looks like, as did Legionnaire, by the way. So actually, Predator needs to not overstep his boundaries. He will start falling back. Valkyrie wants to chase Arrow. No, wrong direction. Magnus, though, he went the right direction. Legionnaire follow-up to Captain maybe. Oh, the stun of the Legionnaire. The Carnivorous working. And Predator turns it around. That attack speed, man. It is just too much to handle. Down goes Legionnaire. And Mint is right now taking a dominating lead all of a sudden. Nullstone Gaming, they got to know that the end could possibly be near for them. Valkyrie, she has an arrow. She could stop this TP. Will it be a kill? Those the question. It will. Well played right there by Beaverbanger. At least gets a kill in the final fight right there. So, you know, not the end of the world for Nullstone Gaming, but still. And actually, Predator, I mean, no, he's going to be fine, right? There's no way Magnus is killing himself. He has a stun, but, yeah, not going to happen. So he falls back, and that will be the end of that. But, yeah, that was a pretty intense fight right there.
Yeah. They do defend the racks, though, which is the biggest thing. But, man, this Predator, though, like, you're seeing the difference between, like, the carries, though, and Predator just seems to be ripping to shreds. Like, Valkyrie, to be, like, a real hard carry, she needs to be six-slotted. And I think if she was six-slotted, it would be in her benefit compared to Predators, because Predators, you know, built up these early game items like the Santeris, Elder Parasite. They're both like 2,000 gold, but you know, Valkyrie, she's got like two very luxurious items, like both costing around like 6,000 gold kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, I think if they can hold on with Valkyrie, picks up maybe like another damage item, perhaps like a Savage Mace or even like a Rift Chance, for example. I think that's what they need, because they need damage to really kill these heroes. Yeah. I mean, the last team fight, the reason why I went semi-okay for Nullstone as well is that they caught Tempest. A really good jump there from what you got. Make sure to catch Tempest before he gets the Elemental Void off. And as a result, they do okay, I guess, in the team fight. Like, if he doesn't land that, like, they're going to lose that team fight and could even lose the game, honestly. So, again, they have to be killing this Tempest because they have no way to deal with it. They have no cancel, so they have to be killing him first. So.
You look at Predator, again, he's pushing out the middle lane now. He has a charged hammer finish. So, again, not often we see the charged hammer in full, but that's what Predator decides to go for here. A little bit of a buff to the attack speed as well as the charge effect you can put up, of course. There's a jump, though. Will they be able to lock it down long enough? Arrow comes out. Storm Spirit, though. That's going to mitigate anything else. Discharge in the background by Flux. Here's a follow-up with the taunt. The barbed armor up as well. Valkyrie going to start putting in some auto attacks, but you see the damage. It's just not enough, man. They just can't come together. Tempest a little bit locks him down. Flux going to end up falling. Rhapsody's dead. Valkyrie, she has to fall back. Magnus, he gets the eruption off, but it was really late. Only on one hero, and that could possibly be near the end now. Double damage Valkyrie, even with that, not enough in that fight. A cleanup right there. And now they're going to go cutthroat towards the middle for the Racks to try to take the series and move on to the grand finals.
Yeah. I just don't have the damage to cut through Mint, unfortunately. And the Tempest Helmet wasn't even needed in that fight, honestly, but they still won it. And now they're pressuring Racks, and no one has a buyback. So this is going to be Racks, could even be 2.
There goes both the melee and the ranged in the middle. So Nullstone, again, why would they concede? Really nothing to lose to play this out, for any kind of hope, knowing that ultimately a trip to Thailand's on the line, competing for the World Finals. But they need a miracle right here. They need a miracle, and for Mint to completely screw something out and dive into the well or something like that. But that's not looking like that's going to be happening. Then another melee Racks goes down, and Minty may even stay around and get the range Racks. No, they're going to start falling back, and we'll be fine with that. So they're going to play the safe game as they should. Flux with the discharge. They want to try to chase them out right here. The line stun comes out. Legionnaire. He's attempting to follow, decapitate. No, he puts a taunt out, but actually gets stunned before. Kraken goes back in. Charge is going to miss, however. Valkyrie, she's already taking some decent damage as Predator leaps on her, but there's the leap from Valkyrie. Going to be fine in the background. Top from Legionnaire, that bar driver doing a little bit of work. Kraken one to falling, but down goes Legionnaire to follow. And now Flux off to the side. Predator just chewing right through him. And he goes down as well. A completely dominating streak, in fact, for Predator. And it's just going to continue. Protective Melody will save Valkyrie initially, but not going to be enough in the long run. Maybe, actually. Magma stuns through. And Rhapsody manages to also survive. But obviously, again, Mint got what they came for. And, well, they're just going to continue to get more, it looks like. And there we go. GG, well played. Game 3 in the series goes to Mint. And they're going to the grand finals. Big congratulations for Fresh. Unfortunately for Nullstone Gaming, the road ends here after what was a very good season overall. But what a series we had here, Minnie. Minnie?
Hello? Sorry.
Hey.
Apologies.
Good old
yeah, what a series, though, like you said, Breaky. Game 1 was just intense and insane. Game 2 was just really good play from Mint. And Game 3, I think the same goes as well. Mint just a little bit better than us, and I guess that's all it takes, honestly. I think the draft was a little bit more in favour of Mint as well. We talked about the Valkyrie, just didn't seem to do much, really. And just them not having a Tempest counter in the draft, I think, really did hurt them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A couple of team fights just was doing too much. And the Predator pick was surprisingly impressive, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, but they shut down Magma so well. Like I said it in the early games, Serenia, man, just played so well, controlling that bot lane, gave Probust the amount of farm to snowball him into what he was in the late game, and really just shut down Oscar. So he had really no impact. Like all he had was a portal key kind of